We're always told that to get ahead, you've got to be the fastest, the first one out of the gate, just go, go, go. But what if that's not the whole story? Today, we're digging into a timeless tale that kind of flips that whole idea on its head. It's about a path to success that doesn't start with a frantic rush, but with a pause.
I know, it sounds completely backward, right? How could you possibly win by starting last? But just stick with me here, because this one counterintuitive idea is at the very heart of a powerful lesson about strategy, patience, and the incredible power of preparation. All right, so our story kicks off in this bustling little village, a place where, hard work is just a way of life. But one morning, a challenge is thrown down, a contest that's about to change everything for the folks who live there. So I want you to picture this, a village totally surrounded by these lush green forests. It's home to a whole community of seriously skilled and hardworking woodcutters. Day in and day out, all you hear is the sound of axes hitting timber. Life is pretty predictable. That is, until the village chief makes a huge announcement. The rules? Oh, they're brutally simple. From the moment the sun comes up to the second it goes down, whoever chops down the most trees wins. That's it. No complicated point system, just a pure test of strength, stamina, and sheer willpower. And the prize? A whopping 1,000 gold coins. I mean, this is a life-changing amount of money. So suddenly, this isn't just some friendly local competition anymore. Nope, this is a high-stakes battle for a fortune, and you better believe every single woodcutter in that village is ready to give it their all. So the contest begins, and it is absolute chaos. Everybody just grabs their axe and starts hacking away. But right in the middle of all this frenzy, there's this one young woodcutter, Arjun. And he does something completely different. His strategy immediately makes him stand out. And let's just say, not in a good way. Can you just imagine that scene? The sun peaks over the horizon, the signal is given, and the forest just erupts with the sound of dozens of axes slamming into wood. It's this symphony of pure brute force. But then, over in one quiet corner, there's nothing. Just silence. And this is where you see the two big ideas clashing. On one side, you've got the crowd. They're all about immediate action, brute force, and you can just see their energy starting to drain away. But on the other side, you've got Arjun. He's chosen patient preparation and strategic focus, basically saving all his energy for when it really counts. Yeah, and this choice to be different, it had a price. While everyone else is sweating, swinging their axes, and you can see piles of wood growing next to them, they all look over and see Arjun, just sitting there, calmly sharpening his axe. They just don't get it. They start laughing at him, mocking him for wasting all this precious time. An hour goes by, the sun is getting higher, and Arjun is still sharpening. The whole morning passes. Now it's midday, the halfway point of the contest, and he hasn't touched a single tree. Even into the afternoon, as the others are starting to slow down and get tired, he just keeps on with his preparation, totally tuning out their taunts. The suspense is just building. And then it happens. Everything changes. All those hours of quiet, focused work are done. Now it's time to find out if Arjun's bizarre strategy was the plan of a total fool or an absolute genius. There are only 2 hours left until sunset. By now, the other woodcutters are completely exhausted. Their axes are dull, their swings are weak, they're barely moving. And it's at this exact moment that Arjun finally gets up. He walks up to his first tree, he lifts that perfectly sharpened axe, and he swings. And the sound it makes is nothing like the dull thuds that have been echoing all day. It's this clean, crisp crack. And that was the payoff for all that prep. The story says his axe went through the wood like it was butter. There was no struggle, no wasted movement. It was just pure, effortless efficiency. So while the other guys were struggling just to finish one more tree, Arjun, with all his saved-up energy and his razor-sharp tool, starts felling tree after tree with this incredible speed. The same people who were laughing at him just hours ago are now just standing there, their jaws on the floor, watching in total amazement. When the sun finally went down and they counted up the trees, the result was, it wasn't even close. Arjun, the man who started dead last, hadn't just caught up. He had blown past every single one of them. He was the champion, no question about it. So yeah, Arjun won the 1,000 gold coins, which is great, but the real prize that day, the thing that lasted way longer than the money was the powerful lesson he taught the whole village, a lesson that's been passed down ever since. And this story gives us something we can call the sharp axe principle. It's this really simple but profound idea that the time we put in upfront, planning, learning, getting our tools ready, it's not wasted time at all. It's an investment that pays you back big time when you actually start doing the work. This right here is the heart of the whole story. It's not about working harder, is it? It's about working smarter. A sharp tool, and that can be a literal axe or just a really well thought out plan, it multiplies how effective you are. So how do we actually use this in our own lives? Well, it kind of breaks down into 4 simple steps. First, just pause. Fight that urge to just dive right in and take a second to think. Second, you got to identify your axe. What's the most important tool for the job you're about to do? Third, sharpen it. And honestly, this is the hardest part. You have to set aside real, dedicated time just for preparation. And finally, when you're ready, execute. Go for it with all the focus and power that you can only have when you're truly prepared. And look, your axe can be literally anything. It could be learning new software for a project, or making a super detailed outline before you write something important. It could even be something as basic as getting a good night's sleep before a big presentation. Your axe is whatever sets you up to be your most effective self. And this is the key takeaway of the whole thing. We so often see preparation as this annoying step we have to rush through to get to the real work, but this story teaches us to completely reframe that. Sharpening the axe isn't avoiding the work. Sharpening the axe is the work. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. In your job, in your studies, in your personal goals, what's that one tool or skill or plan that you know you've been kind of neglecting? What axe in your life, if you just took the time to sharpen it, would let you slice right through your biggest challenges?